Hey guys, MikeTheTech here, and this is your quick tip for the day. I'm going to show you a quick way to speed up your computer a little bit. One of the main reasons that computers start to slow down over time is when you install programs, a lot of them like to start up when your computer starts up. And it's really unnecessary for most of them, but it makes their application seem better because it loads up right away when you open it. It's because it's already running in the background, for the most part. So what I'm going to show you how to do is stop those programs from starting up when you first start your computer, and that's not only going to speed up your startup time, but it's also going to speed up your computer as you're using it because there isn't as much running in the background. So on this machine we're using Windows 7, and in Windows 7 to do this, and it's pretty similar in the rest of the Windows except maybe Windows 8, but I'll get to that in another video if you'd like me to. You go to the Start menu right down here, and you click on Start. And right here where it says search programs and files, we're going to type in msconfig, msconfig, Microsoft config, nice ways to remember it. So you click on that, and it's a system configuration utility. And once it loads up here, we'll see startup selection, normal startup, diagnostic startup, and selective startup. Once we start to edit these, this is all going to change to selective startup, and that's kind of what we want to do because we want to be selective in what we start up with. So up here in the tabs you'll see boot, services, startup, and tools. We're going to go to startup. Now these are some programs that start up when my computer starts. Alright, so boot camp, I know what that is. That's some drivers I need to keep everything running as it should on my MacBook Pro running Windows 7. So I'm going to leave that on, okay, because I know I need that to run when the computer starts. uTorrent, I do use that often, but I don't need it to start when my computer turns on. I just need it to start when I choose to. So I'm actually going to disable that. Now it's not going to make it so that the program doesn't work anymore. It's just going to make it not start up when my computer starts up, and it's not going to run in the background. If I want to open it, I can still open it on my own terms and just use the actual shortcut. So I could disable that. Now if you don't, you might have quite a few more of these than I do because I just installed this, and even on my regular machines I know I have quite a few in this list. If you don't know what something means, there's a few ways to figure it out. In this command or location, if you open those up, you can kind of see the address of the program. And like this one, PowerReg, I have no idea what that is, but if I look over here, it says Logitech, and I'll know that's probably for my Logitech webcam that I'm using to record this with. So that's kind of how I know what programs are. Now if you want to see if you need it running or not, you can actually go into Google and type in the exe file name, like ereg.exe, and there's quite a few websites that offer exact descriptions of what everything is. So I would highly recommend, if you don't know what something is, look it up before you disable it, and see if it's something you need or not. A lot of times anything in the startup box you probably won't need, but some things you do. So always look things up before you make any changes. Then we're going to click apply. And if we go to the services, this is a little bit more advanced, but you can still do the same thing. When we move to the services section, a lot of this is Microsoft services that have to be running with your computer for the most part. So we're going to hide all Microsoft services by clicking on this little checkbox down here. When we hide them, we'll only see the third-party services that are listed here. So a lot of these are already stopped, right? I'll sort by status and see these 4 are stopped. That means they aren't needed all the time, because if they're not needed right now, they're not needed all the time. So we can actually turn those off if we wanted to. And there we go. Now if we use something often, I'm going to go ahead and leave these all checked. If we need something often, we can leave them on and not turn them off. But pretty much anything that is not core system service, like a Microsoft service or something like the display driver service, we can safely turn it off. And if anything starts to act funny, like if I turn off this Steam client service and all of a sudden Steam won't open, I'll just go back in and turn it back on, But anything that definitely isn't needed, especially toolbars and things like that, you can just turn them off here, and it should be completely fine. Now when you press OK after you've applied all your changes, your computer should want to restart. Once you restart it, it should be a lot faster, just because it doesn't have all that bulk running in the background. So when you press OK, you're going to get a notification that's going to ask you to restart. Go ahead and do that and see if it helped your computer at all. And that's my first tip. on my channel, and I hope this helped you out. And I will have lots more tips on how to speed up your computer, because there are many ways to do it. This is just kind of the first step I like to do, because it seems to have the most impact when I make these changes. So, yep, if you have any questions, feel free to leave me a comment. Be sure to like and subscribe if this helped you out. Have a good day. Peace.